You're welcome back. Before we look at the statement of financial position, we need to consider the end of the year balance of the capital account and the current account of the partnership. This is the capital account. It is in a columnar form. On the debit we have Wasiu Enitan Adiola, and on the credit we have Wasiu Enitan Adiola. We can as well open a separate capital account for Wasiu Enitan and Adiola separately, but this is more concise and simple. Okay, let's have the balance here. The balance brought forward as given in the question for Wasiu is 30,000. Enitan is 22,500 and Adiola is 17,500. Let's balance it because the entity maintains a fixed capital account, meaning they have a current account, while the initial capital contributed will not change. So the balance carried forward will be 30,000 for Wasiu. Enitan is 22,500 and Adiola is 17,500. So the two sides will balance. So the balance brought forward in the next reporting period, Wasiu is 30,000, Enitan is 22,500, Adiola is 17,500. Okay, that is the capital account. So it will continue like that. It's fixed. It's a fixed amount that will be there year in, year out. It will not change until the partnership is about to be closed down. That is when they return the capital to each of the members. Okay, now let's have the current account. Okay, also in columnar form. And from the question, the balance in the current account for Wasiu was 9,000, Enitan was 4,000, and Adiola is 3,000. Firstly, we will credit the interest on capital to the current account. Remember, the interest on capital is the interest to pay on capital. So it's an addition to the partner's capital. It will increase it. That is why it is being credited. The corresponding debit is what we have shown in the appropriation account. That is why it is a deduction from profit. For Wasiu is 1,800, Enitan is 1,350, Adiola is 1,050. Okay. The next is salaries. Salaries was paid to Enitan and Adiola. Now, the reason why it is coming to the current account as a credit is because we are assuming it has not been paid. And when salary has not been paid and it's still owing to the partners, you debit the profit or loss appropriation account, and you credit the current account. However, if it has been paid, you will debit the profit or loss appropriation account and you credit the cash or bank account as against the current account. But by crediting this account, it shows that we are still owing Enitan and Adiola. To Enitan, we owe 11,000 and Adiola we owe 14,000 in salaries. Okay. The next is the share of profit. And from the profit or loss appropriation account, we gave Wasiu 32,265. We gave Enitan 21,510. We gave Adiola 10,755. Since this is a share of profit and it is expected to increase the capital of each of the partner, that is why we are crediting their current account. Okay. The next is interest on drawings. Interest on drawings is an income to the partnership because now you are charging the partners. And we said you will credit the profit or loss appropriation account. If you remember, it was an addition to the profit. And you will debit the current account. Okay. So interest on drawings for Wasiu is 600. Enitan is 480. Adiola is 250. Okay. The final item, this will be gotten from the question, is drawings. Wasiu withdraw 13,500. Enitan 11,500, Adiola 8,500. This will be on the debit in the current account because the double entry is when a partner make drawings, we are giving the partner money, so we credit cash or bank, and we'll go and debit his current account because the partner is withdrawing from his own capital. Okay? And to show a decrease in capital, you debit the current account. Okay. Drawings. Wasiu 13,500. Eniton 11,500. Adiola 8,500. Okay. Now let's balance this account. Wasiu, the total on the credit was 43,065. This is higher than that of the debit. Therefore, the deficit is the debit. That will be the balance carried forward. And the amount is 28,965, which brings the total on the debit also to 43,065. Okay. For Eniton, the total on the credit was 37,860, which is higher than that of the debit. And the deficit is on the debit of 25,880, which also brings the total on the debit to 37,860. Okay. Adiola, the total on the credit is 28,805, which is higher than that of the debit by 20,055. Okay. And that brings the total on the debit also to 28,805. Okay. So we have balance brought forward on the credit. Wasiu 28,965. Eniton 25,880. Adiola 20,055. So we have balanced the current account. So with this, we can easily prepare the extract of the statement of financial position. Thank you very much. See you in the next video.